MrBeast just solved Shorts, hitting a new record month of 4 billion views. That's half of the world's population. You see, Jimmy's cracked the formula most creators don't even realize exists. This isn't luck, he's found a new blueprint that changes everything. So what are we missing? Well, after studying every frame, every hook, every edit, I discovered his secret. And it's hidden in this interview.
70% of my audience on YouTube, they don't speak English.
So MrBeast gets these non-English speakers to watch by translating his content. This opens Jimmy's channel up to billions of extra viewers. And it's the biggest view hack on YouTube because of how cheap it is. See, translating a short costs around $80 per minute, and each short is translated into 22 languages. So we could say MrBeast is paying around $1,500 per short. Now his budget per short seems to be around $50,000. So he's only paying 3% extra to get 70% more views. But hold on, there's a problem here. Just translating your shorts won't get you 300 million views. MrBeast must be using another tactic. So I studied him for 10 more hours and I discovered his secret. Jimmy's using a couple new tricks in 2025 and they're designed to keep you hooked till the very last second. It's step 2 of how he beat shorts, his retention trifecta. 3 key tactics that supercharge his watch time. First, let's watch this video to study Jimbo's new intro formula. There is no intro.
Whoa! It works!
I don't think you get how crazy this is. From day one, creators have obsessed over the intro. But now, the first clip is just the challenge. A lot of MrBeast's recent shorts use this intro-less formula, and it works, getting 601 million and 480 million views. This is the new intro blueprint for shorts. The second part of Jimmy's retention trifecta is simple but genius. These emojis on the screen. It's the oldest trick in the book. The suitcase one stands for the suitcase boat, the paper one for the paper boat, and so on. These emojis foreshadow exciting moments ahead and give the viewer a reason to stay to the end. I can't understate how important a reason to stay is. It's the difference between 1 million views and 50. The smartest way I've seen Jimmy use this tactic is in this video. Check it out.
Find this random person anywhere in the world, win 10 grand.
Okay.
You gotta find an old man with a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, and these shoes.
And you got 48 hours to do.
Jimmy turns the reason to stay into the main storyline. If the viewer wants to see whether the man is found, they have to watch till the end, leading to higher watch time on the short. Third, Jimmy slips in a clever audio trick to keep you watching. Every time this guy jumps, the note in the background goes up in pitch. It's a clever audio trick that tells your brain the video is escalating, which emphasizes that this dude is getting closer and closer to reaching his goal. This makes viewers want to stay and see what happens. Honestly, it's so cool. But MrBeast also focuses on something most people don't. It's step 3 of how he solves shorts.
The idea is so freaking important. Most YouTubers watching this, you could pull triple the views with half the work. It's that extreme.
MrBeast's best ideas follow 3 simple rules. First, they recycle virality. This short is just inspired by this one, and this short was inspired by this one. Jimmy takes these viral ideas and makes them fresh by plugging them into this formula. These are things like his production quality, giving away money, or having celebrities in his videos. Because the best way to guarantee big views is to twist something that's already gone viral. Let's see how he did it with this video. First, Jimmy switched out the weights with Feastables to make it more on brand. Second, he made the idea better by making the chocolate bar get bigger. This is way more interesting to look at compared to the previous short where you can barely tell the weights are getting bigger. Most creators don't have their own content formula. Nothing sets them apart, meaning they miss out on huge views because they can't take viral concepts and make them their own. I also noticed MrBeast's ideas are built around a curiosity equation. This short is a perfect example. Jimmy takes a relatable moment and twists it. I call this the X but Y framework. Relatable setup, unbelievable payoff. And MrBeast's most popular short follows this rule. The X part is get me a baguette. This part should be relatable and instantly understood. And the Y part is, but it has to be from Paris. This is so strong because it adds tension, surprise, and a question all in one. How the hell are they gonna do that? It's a genius strategy. Give people something they've seen 100 times, then do it in a way they've never seen before. MrBeast shorts follow this rule over and over and it just keeps working. Jimmy's third rule is my favorite. He prioritizes formats over videos. Each of these videos are formats that can be repeated. You just have to remove the keyword and replace it with something else. Getting a one-off viral viral hit with Ronaldo like this one is cool. But what's even better is having a viral format that you can repeat, turning 200 million views into billions. Combining these three rules puts him ahead of everyone. But by far the strongest part of MrBeast's formula is the fourth step, his feedback loop. Watch what Jimmy has to say about it.
What we do is we call them after action reports. I pay this guy to just do a very in-depth breakdown of like, here's the retention chart, here's every time someone clicked away, here's where it was the flattest, here's where it was the worst.
Here's the thing, MrBeast is the world's biggest YouTuber, but that doesn't mean his videos are perfect. He makes mistakes in his shorts too. But mistakes aren't bad. They're useful tools for improving your content. The secret is to learn as quickly as possible. So let's see how Jimmy took lessons from this short and applied them to this short. The first mistake I noticed in the old short is that it's harder to figure out what's going on. At the beginning, Jimmy's running with nothing and it takes a bit too long to cut to the first upgrade. But in the new one, he starts off running with a chocolate bar and it cuts quicker to the first upgrade. Next, there's a lot of dead space you could cut out in the old short, especially at the end here where he stopped running. The old short is 28 seconds long while the new one is cut down to 16 seconds. Most importantly, the old short is way less interesting to look at. In some cuts, you can't even tell the money increased except for the counter right here. But the chocolate bar in the newer short clearly gets bigger every time. This is because there's just one focus point, while it's really hard to keep track in the other short when the money's here, 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 and here. So many fixes in just 30 seconds. So hold on, Jimmy's best performing shorts all follow his retention trifecta, idea checklist, and feedback loop. And one other tactic. This other tactic is the key to MrBeast's success in 2025. Creating an emotional reward. You see, most people don't know it, but YouTube doesn't just look at clicks and watch time. They look at another metric called viewer satisfaction. Jimmy optimizes for this in 3 really smart ways. First off, every single video is either a funny moment or an interesting challenge. None of his content is negative, even though studies have shown that negative content gets the most views. This is because negativity exhausts viewers. It makes them feel depressed or angry. So Jimmy's shorts stay positive to keep the viewers satisfied. Watch what he does in just 10 seconds.
Whichever one of you can reach the highest point in exactly 24 hours wins 10 grand. Go!
I counted 8 sound effects, 2 song changes, and constant interruptions between Jimmy's voiceover and the players speaking. You might think this is just a way to keep you engaged, and yes, it is. But there's a more subtle purpose behind this. This perfect sound design gives the audio texture. It makes it richer, and it adds another dimension to the video, which is more engaging for the viewer and, more importantly, more satisfying. The best example of what I mean are the sound effects in this video. Listen to the sound every time the car makes it through this obstacle.
Through that wall, win $10,000, starting with $1.
These sound effects play whenever MrBeast passes to the next level. They highlight every win so it feels more satisfying. But the most important tactic happens at the end of his shorts. Jimmy follows a simple storytelling rule. His shorts have a funny ending.
Oh God! Oh!
Jimmy! I still have service up here!
Subscribe!
This is clever because psychologically, viewers remember the end the most, which means they're left with a strong positive feeling at the end of every short, which is why I was gonna end this video with a joke, but I'm not funny. Anyways, join this newsletter if you want cool info like this every single week. Peace.